Hello Internet. Now, before you complain that it's Monday and this is not a new episode of Port Center, let me explain to you a thing. My schedule for the last few weeks has been a little bit wobbly. April was an unusually busy time for me. I had a friend's wedding that I served as a best man as. That took up a lot of my time. I had other projects that I was working on that unfortunately took time away from Port Center, and that's why April was not a great month in terms of actually knocking out weekly episodes of Port Center. After the LucasArts episode, I was hoping to get back to a weekly schedule. And then, one of the temp agencies I'm with, because as you may or may not be aware, I'm actually unemployed and don't do anything during the day, one of the temp agencies I'm with called me up and said, "Hey Ben, you're looking for work, right? You like money? Yeah, cool. So why don't you fill in as a receptionist at for 3 to 6 weeks, and they'll pay you some money, and then you can use that for stuff like paying your bills and not starving to death." So I said, yeah, definitely, yeah. Just let me know where I need to be and I will do that. So I have a day job, which slightly impacts my ability to make Port Center because I usually do everything during the day. I write, I capture video game footage, and then ultimately, when I'm able to shoot during the day, I shoot during the day. Now I'm not going to be able to do 2 of those things. 2 of those, not four. We've done this before, haven't we? Not able to do 2 of those things, largely the filming and capturing footage part, can't do their work. Can write, can take my laptop into work and write, because I'm basically serving as a receptionist. They don't mind me doing that because apparently, for some reason, they think I'm pretty neat. So, this week's Port Center obviously not going up today. It will be going up later this week, and then I'm going to try and do at least 1 episode a week from this week onwards. I know that the update schedule's been a little bit wobbly and I do feel bad about that, but this money will allow me to pay bills and not starve to death, and importantly will allow me to put a little bit more money into Port Center to allow me to buy other games and get some of those backer rewards sent out from the Kickstarter. I feel really bad about the fact that we haven't been able to send those out yet, and now I will be able to do that, so that's something that I'm going to contact the backers about very shortly. In the meantime, hold on, this week's special, which is a Worms special, is looking at the entire Worms franchise from the original from 1995 right the way up to, well, not Worms Revolution because that was shit, but probably as far as Worms Reloaded and Worms 2 Armageddon on the PC, PS3, Xbox 360 and iPhone, and a couple of the Android it just came out for as well, a few other devices. That's going to be a fun episode because I've been playing Worms since basically forever. In fact, I've been playing Worms since January the 11th, 1996, but who's counting? So, that's where we are. That's where we are with the new episode. There will be a new episode this week. Hold on tight, and I love you dearly. I had one other thing I wanted to ask you guys about. I've done a couple of episodes now where I've looked at Amiga versions of games. For example, there was the platform game Grab Bag. All 4 of those games originated on the Amiga. I looked at the Amiga version of Mortal Kombat. There are more Amiga games coming up. One of the comments that I get a lot about game footage from the Amiga is it flickers. It wobbles ever so slightly. Now that's out of my control, unfortunately. That is largely down to the fact that the Amiga I have was imported from Europe and it's a PAL unit. And unfortunately, because of the way that the video is captured on my computer using the capture software and hardware that I have available, when I drop it into Premiere, it adds a very, very slight flicker. Just to give you a demonstration, that's kind of what it looks like. Some people think this is distracting. I agree, I wish I could fix it, I can't. I'm opting to use the original Amiga footage, mostly because I want to stay as authentic as possible, but a few people have said to me, "Ben, why don't you just emulate for the purposes of the show?" Now, I personally would rather have authentic footage, even if it is just a little bit wobbly, but I know that there are people out there who would rather see clean footage. They'd rather I emulate it. So I wanted to get your feedback. Let me know, leave a comment, tweet me at Port Center or at Ben Padden. Leave me your feedback, let me know. Would you rather have clean footage that is emulated or slightly wobbly footage that is genuine and actually from an actual Amiga? Let me know what you would prefer, because that's going to impact how I capture footage from the Amiga in future. So that's basically it. Thank you again so much for your support. I know that the update schedule hasn't been the best, but I also know that you guys have a phenomenal amount of love for this show. The fan base for this show is not huge, but what you guys lack in quantity, you more than make up for in quality. You guys are very forthcoming with feedback. You guys are just very, very loving, and I'm humbled by how much you guys have taken to this show. I honestly didn't think anyone apart from me would give a crap about video game ports, and I've had people making requests, I've had people asking for more information, I've had people giving me more information about games that I didn't know about. So it's nice to know that this isn't just like a niche area that I give a crap about. It's nice to know that other people like yourselves care. So thank you very much, and I will see you later this week with a brand new episode of Port Center. I promise. I don't promise. I do promise, though.